Hello everyone, my name is Yona. I'm the after school leader here at Field Teen Center, and as you might be able to tell, we have a lot of books. So I thought I would do a little scavenger hunt to show you just a sampling of the many kinds of books that we have available for you to check out right now, to tempt you to come on in and grab some books, try something new that you might not read otherwise. Let's see what we can find. Might I interest you in Pride by E.B. Du Bois, author of American Street. This is a retelling of Pride and Prejudice, but with a Afro-Latino twist set in Brooklyn. And also the cover is very beautiful and the inside is also very pretty. We have a lot of classics on our shelf, but some of my favorites are these manga retellings of some of the classics. We've got Great Expectations, we've got Tom Sawyer, we have a bunch of Shakespeare, we have some Jane Austen. It's a nice way to get acquainted with some of these stories, but you can read through them very quickly, and of course they're great to look at. This one's sneaky because the key is on the inside cover. This is Beyond the Black Door by A.M. Strickland, in which the main character and her mother can open doors and explore people's souls while they sleep. And of course, she quickly becomes tempted to open a door she shouldn't mess with. We've got quite a few things in our space that aren't books, from art supplies and self-care items to lots of games. So I've pulled out Uno, Mario Bros. Edition. None of the books on our shelves are especially old because we try to keep up with what's new and available so that you can get your hands on the newest available books. And our collection is always changing because materials get lost and we buy new stuff, so there's always something new to see here. A Chorus Rises by Bethany C. Morrow is about a girl who is famous as an influencer until all her fans cancel her. She has to deal with all the pressures of being online and being super visible online and being Black. I'm cheating again because there's no animal on this cover, but it is in the title and it's a good one. This is Exit Pursued by Bear by E.K. Johnston. This is the story of a survivor and the friendship that helps her pull through the traumatic event. So this is a great one for fans of Speak or The Mirror season or We Are the Ashes, We Are the Fire. And like I said, pretty unusual, gripping title. How It All Blew Up by Arvind Amadi, as you might expect by the title, is about a guy who makes a real mess of a situation. He's Muslim and he's gay, and he's about to come out to his family, and it gets mangled by blackmail and running away to Rome. Sounds great. Wicked As You Wish by Rin Chupeco only has text on the cover, but it's also really pretty. There's a lot of hidden detail in here, and it's an unusual story. It's sort of an alternative US history mixed in with fairy tales come to life, and it stars a Filipina American who is at the forefront of the magical resistance in a war that is coming over the fate of the future heir and the prince who is hiding at her high school. There's a lot going on, but if you like fairy tales, you'll like this one. Agony House is about a girl in New Orleans who moves into a house that appears to be haunted, and she starts looking for clues in this weird comic book that she finds. And the cool thing about this book is that some of the pages are comic book, partly because of the comic book in the book, and partly because things get extra weird with this ghost. Hi, so yesterday I got so caught up playing games with folks who came in that I didn't have time to finish, so I've made a costume change, but I've got more books to talk about, so here we go. For a book with gold lettering, I've got Curses by Lish McBride, which is a gender-bent retelling of Beauty and the Beast. The main character is a girl who on her wedding day becomes transformed into a terrible beast and is trying to break this curse. And she meets a boy who also has reason to want to break her curse because as the Beast of Craven, she has attacked his mother. And hopefully the two of them working together can break this curse, turn her back into a normal girl, and, maybe other things. So everyone knows about the Diary of Anne Frank, and what you might not know is that there's also a graphic novel version of it. So if you want to read pictures instead of words, listen, I don't blame you. I like pictures too, and this is a pretty great option. It's also worth checking out just to see the art, even if you already have read her diary in a different capacity. This Is How We Fly by Anna Mariano is definitely written by an author with a common first name, but it's a slightly unusual story. It's about a Latinx girl who's also vegan and an activist who just wants to hang out with her friends for the last summer before she leaves for college, but she's grounded for the whole summer. And one thing leads to another, and she ends up joining a Quidditch league, which is a real game people play adapted from the one in Harry Potter. And it turns into something that she didn't expect, and she gets really into it. So that might explain something about the title for you. Unnatural Disasters by Jeff Hirsch has a close-up of some sunglasses with some smokestacks in them, because this is a story about a girl who just wants to go to prom and is kind of interrupted by the end of the world caused by climate change. It's a story about life moving on even amid total disaster, which is kind of a mood, as some of us know very well at this point. This is a good one to check out if you want to explore social and political issues a little bit, but also have fun high school drama, because this book definitely has both. It's not an apocalypse story in the way you might expect it to be. The Diviners by Libba Bray is set in the 1920s, which means speakeasies, prohibition, flapper girls, and rakish pickpockets. It also means that Evie is in New York with her uncle who's obsessed with the occult, boring, and also a little awkward because she has some kind of mystical abilities herself, and she ends up using them to try to catch a serial killer. Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo is, for me, a tragedy in 2 acts. Act 1, check the book out, because you know you will like it, because you liked the first book, because it's a really fun heist with magic and very lovable characters doing goofy things. And by goofy, I mean extremely questionable and dangerous. Act 2, don't actually read the book and return it to the library. I'll be back for you, Crooked Kingdom. I would say that 6 by Mark Alpert is a turquoise or teal book. It's about 6 teens with physical disabilities or terminal illnesses who are conscripted by a government organization called Sigma to basically pilot mecha robots. So they trade out their crumbling, sad human bodies for cool robot bodies. And then, they have to maybe kind of sort of deal with fighting government corruption and probably Sigma itself. Both of Me by Jonathan Friesen. Clara is on a plane because she's trying to forget all the things she doesn't want to think about, as usual. Unfortunately, she accidentally swaps luggage with the boy who is sitting next to her. So she tracks him down, and when she finds him, she finds someone who doesn't know her, even though they sat together on the plane. And it turns out that he has dissociative identity disorder. So there are sort of 2 of him living in the same body, and she's getting to know both of them. This one's easy because we don't have any books that are not young adult books. So come on in, the water is young adult. It's great. A book I read recently and really liked is I Wish You All the Best by Mason Deaver. I actually listened to the audiobook and I really enjoyed that one as well. I believe it's read by Avi Roque, who is also non-binary, like the main character. This is about a kid who is non-binary, comes out to their parents, and is promptly kicked out into the cold. Luckily, they're able to stay with their sister and start a new school and try to figure some things out. And they're processing a lot. So it's a story about this person who's trying to figure themselves out, figure out how to be out, and also who has a crush on a boy. I thought it was very sweet and tender, and I bet you'll like it too. So that's it for now. I hope you enjoy getting this very brief spotty tour of the Field Teen Center collection. We've got a lot more books than what I pulled out, but I had a lot of fun looking at books that I haven't thought about in a while or that I might not have otherwise pulled out. And, you know, maybe sometime you can come on in and give us something that you're looking for, that you would like to read, and we'll find that for you as well. In the meantime, if you want to get in touch with us, you can email us, you can DM us on Instagram, or you can come on in and say hi, get a book, tell us about your day. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.